Okay guys, so same thing as this whole week. We're gonna look at passing the same guard, right? De La Hiva. If he has a really good De La Hiva grip, maybe he grabs a pant, maybe he grabs a heel. It's gonna be very tough to pass to this side because he has that good connection. So anytime I feel that connection, I have to start going the other way. Okay, so I push the knee down, I straighten the leg, and I turn my knee, and I start pushing my knee across his shin at the same time grabbing his lapel. Now, very important, as I'm doing this, my head is hovering over his stomach here. As I hover over, I'm gonna grip the collar and step. Now, we've been discussing this sweep the whole time. Now, I'm gonna try to attack. Just because it's a little bit risky, I want to attack the back. So I'm gonna come back and connect my legs here. Now I'm gonna reach over, cross my feet, dive. Don't just roll, dive over to the shoulder and start getting his back. 1 and 2. Okay, let me do it from the other side now. So now we're on this side. He has a really good guard. I straighten my legs out, I hop over. I can't pass this side, so I push the knee down, I grab, turn my knee out. As I do, I back step. Look, as I back step, I step over the leg. I still have the cross face, but now I want to attack his back. So now even if he has a collar grip, I can go underneath and grab. Look at how I hook, cross my legs, grab the hip, and turn. You see? Grab the collar, the hip, and now look, I can start to get my hook, go back out to get the back. So it's a continuation of the other one we did. Any questions, guys? Yes?
So it doesn't matter if he has a grip in your jacket?
Doesn't matter, because he should be more concerned with frames. Just, of course, don't put yourself in a loop choke, right? Because then if they have the bottom collar, I could turn my head in and I can get loop choke. So make sure that you go away from the loop choke. And it's real simple. Really, as long as I'm over the frame, or over the grip, I'm fine. So as I push here, look, he's pushing, I'm fine here. Just turn my body and go right here, because this is not a good grip for him. He needs to let go and frame and recompose the guard. Does that make sense? And then from here, I grab, and look, I don't just roll, I dive and control here. I dive this way, so it's easier, heavy legs, to get the back. Okay? So it's a lot of it is basically like doing the back step, but your opponent is really good about following you with that leg. So as they back step, they keep following, and as they follow, they really give you a hard time. So you're not able to finish. So because his leg's there, I go over it. Does that make sense? Because if he doesn't use the leg, I just pass. So if I'm here, and he's not doing it, okay, I just keep passing. But in this scenario, he's using the legs, he's following, so now I'm hopping over. Of course, I can still pass. I don't have to go for the back take. I can stay here and start passing. Go to mount. I'm in a leg weave position. But I have the back take, why not take it? If I feel more comfortable, I could break the grip and then go as well, right? I could do twister hook, do a twister if it's legal. I can stay here. I can start coming back. The leg drag, there's the arm. Or I can stay north-south, go to mount. I have different options. Or again, I'm just attacking the back because it's there. I have more options, and it is a little bit of high risk. He cannot bolo me back though, because it's my outside leg hooking. It's not my bottom leg. If I do my bottom leg, the problem with my bottom leg, it's great, but now he can bolo me back. As I go, now he bolos me back. So notice I did it with the top leg. Does that make sense? The top leg here. So as he's twisted, it's not my bottom leg, it's my top leg. Now he cannot bolo me back. The worst case scenario, he just escapes the back take. As I go, he just escapes, which is fine. We scramble, but at least I went for, the home run. I went for an attack, aggressive attack. Because once you get the back, it becomes harder for him. Yes?
So let me just clarify. Is Bolo good for small guys against big guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I haven't tried it on a big person, but.
Yes, because the bigger person, if you try to match, like the equation, right? They have mass. So gravity's on their side. strength is on their side. That's a lot of variables out of your control. When you start playing like a Bolo game, it's not for everyone, by the way. It favors smaller guys because you're more likely to be weaker, so you have to resort to that. You're more likely to be looser with your hips, so you can play that game. And then 3, it just makes sense because why would you play a pressure pass game with a pressure pass bigger person, right? Whereas you can Bolo, you're instead using leverage more. You're attacking the back, you're attacking the legs, instead of, let's say, shooting a double leg on a big guy, right, where they can sprawl. So you're using less strength, less cardio, more technique. It's just the variables are going to favor a smaller person. So yes, Bolo definitely favors, somebody who is smaller. That's not to say that a big guy can't Bolo a small person. They absolutely can. And you see it sometimes. But the bigger person has to really step out of their shell because they're comfortable, pressure passing and doing other stuff. But I always recommend a bigger guy learning that game because if the scariest thing is to see a big guy roll like a small guy. They're the most technical. And that's why you see a lot of the world champions are those guys. They're big guys who roll like small guys because they can Bolo, they can leg lock, they can take your back, they can pass, right? And then when you're the same size, they do that game, then it's worse for the other guy who can only do like a big man's game, which there's nothing wrong with a big man's game, but it just limits you. It's very possible to be a big man with a big man's game who can also play a small man's game, which would be the perfect scenario because you don't have to be perfect at it, you just need to know how to fight against it and do well. So to answer your question, okay? Anyone else? Everyone's good? So let's do this rep, right, a few times. You have another question? Yeah, of course. Let's do it. So we're in the guard. Immediately I feel him pull. I could actually stay underneath the leg as well, or I can hop over it here. He's kind of trapping me. Look, I'm going to straighten my leg so he can't connect, and I push the knee down. And now as my leg comes across, my head hovers over. As I walk back, I feel him. Look, I hook the leg. If he stays here, I can break the grip, because again, this is not a threatening grip. Unless I foolishly get underneath to a loop choke, then that would be the worst, right? And so from here, I'm gonna dive, connect, heavy legs, grab the hip and the back of his collar, and look how easy it is to hook. And then I go around all the way to his back, getting the other hook. Okay? Good? All right, let's do it, guys. 1, 2, 3. So he doesn't even give me the opportunity to hook the leg. He just flat out turtles. This is a very common scenario. So I'm going to grab my grips as I go. He turtles, and then I start to make my position, right? So we'll do this side first. I do the same thing. I push. Another thing to note is if I push and he keeps the bottom like grip, then I don't have to worry so much about him framing because he's committed to the grip. So as I do this, my head can over and I can get a deeper crossface. However, he can use this hand, release, go over my shoulder, over, and turtle. So when this happens, I'm gonna hop to the back and use my same grip on the lapel and wedge my knee all the way in between. I'm gonna do the other side too so you can see. So I go like this. And now I have his grip and I can start working the choking side. So let me do it again on this side. So same thing, he grips, I push down, over, he goes over. Look, as I feel him do this, I'm gonna hop to the other side and put my knee right here. I'm gripping tight. I go underneath and keep my choking grip there. So I have to get the reaction. The person has to go over the crossface. If he doesn't go over the crossface, you're gonna beat him. Your crossface is gonna stabilize him and you're gonna pass. If he turtles, this usually happens with really strong explosive athletes or wrestlers. They come up, then I'm gonna hop over. And I'm not gonna try to get my hook, I'm just gonna wedge it through and pull at the same time. It's the same drill that we've done before. Okay, so the drill, forget about the back step, just look at the drill real quick. Is if he comes over and turtles, that's fine. I'm holding on to this collar and I'm slipping my knee to pull him. Let's move a little bit so they can see the whole. Let's move this way, this way, this way. Turn, turn, turn. Yeah, right here. So as I hop over, look. Able to get the bottom hook, which is most important. and I'm able to finish the choke. Okay, so we're just giving another reaction for the person on bottom as we pass. Gives us another way to approach this passing. Okay, any questions about this one? All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3.